Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another indie game. This time I'm checking out an unconventional adventure RPG with Everhood Eternity Edition. This game was developed by Foreign Gnomes and is published by JF Games, who created several indie console games I've previously reviewed, including Heroes of Hammerwath, Vagante, and Road 96 Mile Zero. Everhood is a music and rhythm based game, taking inspiration from titles like Beat Saber and Undertale. Players are presented with a variety of music based battles and puzzles, along with a story that has a surprising amount of depth for this sort of game. The version I'm reviewing is the Eternity Edition, which is a special console-only version of Everhood, offering additional levels and new music from some of the most renowned composers in the business. And this is the best way to experience this game. The story of Everhood is one of the trippiest I've ever experienced. The player takes the role of a wooden doll called Red, waking up in a mysterious otherworld after your arm was severed during an attack. Your only ally is one of your former attackers, a blue gnome who has his own motivations for helping you. From here you'll explore a psychedelic world full of musical themes. Each area of the game has its own challenges, which come in the form of rhythm and music-based puzzles, such as navigating a giant security system, or using a set of musical switches to create a correct tune. You'll also get to know the weird and wacky inhabitants of Everhood, completing their crazy requests, or challenging them to musical battle. Finally, the game heavily incentivizes players to explore the world, as there's a massive amount of mini-games and side battles to complete, which unlock missing parts of the narrative and also affect which one of the game's 5 different endings you'll reach. The core of Everhood is in the musical battles, which feel like a reverse version of Beat Saber or Guitar Hero, where the goal is to move between each lane, avoiding notes rather than hitting them. The player is extremely agile, and you can dodge between lanes to avoid large notes, and jump over small ones. The difficulty curve in the game is accommodating to the player, with the early battles teaching you the basics and easing you into the game. But the challenge ramps up very quickly, with some iconic battles against a sentient slot machine, a Lovecraftian tree monster, and a murderous trash can. Your enemies can also change the battlefield, obscuring parts of the screen with fog or rotating the camera. Just when I thought I had started to master the game mechanics, having reached what I thought was the campaign's end, the game turns things on their head, giving the player a weapon upgrade allowing them to directly attack their foes, and a difficult decision that sets the tone for the second half of the game. This is undoubtedly the hardest and also best rhythm games I've played on PlayStation. It took me well over 12 hours just to reach the end of the game on my first attempt, and it will take several runs in order to discover all of the additional content and endings on offer. Some players new to rhythm games may find this game's difficulty off-putting, but the developer included an easy mode, which is an excellent option for newer players, and a hard mode and one-hit mode for the veterans. There is also a gigantic number of unlockable bonuses and downloadable content on offer. This is an essential purchase for fans of music and rhythm-based games, and I'm eagerly awaiting the sequel. That's it for my review of Everhood Eternity Edition. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe, as it really helps the channel. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I hope you join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.